It was never a coincidence. From the very start, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds had a clear plan to hijack the movie It Ends With Us, and we're here to prove it. This film had nothing to do with Justin Baldoni's original vision. Instead, Blake and Ryan executed a brilliant strategy to take control of the project before it even began. Let's break down exactly how they did it. Blake's first move in this takeover was deceptively simple. Join the production as an actress, underpaid and seemingly humble. She signed on to play Lily Bloom, the lead role, agreeing to a modest salary of $3 million, despite being one of Hollywood's highest-paid actresses. The real strategy? Negotiating for an executive producer credit. This gave her a symbolic position of power on set, without a direct stake at first. But it was just the beginning. Blake's salary was lower than you'd expect, especially compared to the $320,000 Justin Baldoni, the film's director and producer, was earning. But for Blake, this was a calculated move. She understood the power of being involved from the inside, just like Ryan Reynolds did with Deadpool. Ryan also took a low salary on Deadpool to build trust, eventually securing a producer role and massive profits. Blake was following the same path, and this was step one in her takeover plan. Blake's second move was waiting for the right moment to make her influence felt. She didn't rush in. She waited until half of the production budget had been spent, until all the costume designs had been finalized, and the wardrobe had already been chosen. This is when Blake flexed her power. She demanded the wardrobe be redone to her preferences. This caused production costs to skyrocket, stretching the budget even further. At this point, it was clear that Blake was controlling the direction of the film, but she wasn't done yet. Her next move? Entering the creative side of the film, using her connections. Ryan Reynolds, known for his work on Deadpool, came into play. Ryan had a reputation for rewriting scripts and being deeply involved in production, and now he was helping Blake do the same. Blake started making changes to the script without consulting Justin, the director, and without involving the original screenwriter. This wasn't just about making creative changes. It was about gaining control. Ryan, with his expertise, was helping Blake rewrite the dialogue, influencing scenes from the comfort of their home. This was no longer just Blake's decision. It was a strategic partnership with Ryan to push her agenda forward. Blake wasn't acting alone. She was using her powerful connections to put more pressure on Justin. She invited him to her home, where Ryan and Taylor Swift, who had her own influential role in the plan, hypnotized him into agreeing to the changes Blake was pushing for. They cornered him in a way that was hard to refuse. When Justin hesitated, Blake's tactics shifted. She texted him late at night to express her disappointment, and just like that, Justin, tired and under pressure, caved in. Blake regained momentum, and now she had more influence over the film than ever before. Then, the writer's strike happened, halting production for a while. Blake seized the opportunity. She renegotiated her contract, demanding increased creative input and oversight. She presented a list of 17 non-negotiable demands. She had the leverage now, and Justin, already financially committed, couldn't back out. The pressure on Justin continued to mount. As filming wrapped and it was time for editing, Blake made another strategic move. She requested access to the editing process, something that normally only the director and approved editors would have. But Blake wasn't just an actress anymore. She was now heavily involved in shaping the final cut of the movie. And Ryan, with his experience on Deadpool and Free Guy, helped her extend her access from 2 days to 10 days. During this time, they started making their own cuts of the film, slowly but surely changing the tone and direction. Blake's power didn't stop there. She made sure that Taylor Swift, who had a personal issue with the original composer, applied pressure to replace him. Taylor's involvement, along with Blake's influence, ensured that the film's music and overall direction would fit their vision. But the real kicker came during the film's premiere. Justin, who had put everything into this project, was sidelined. He was sent to the basement with his family and friends for over an hour, completely ignored during the biggest night of his career. Meanwhile, Blake was securing a producer credit. This was the final part of her plan. Blake pushed for an official producer credit through the Producers Guild of America, despite having only been hired as an actress. She met all the criteria. She was involved in the script changes, hired key personnel like editors, and supervised the post-production. She even used her connection with Taylor Swift to get one of her songs into a key scene in the movie. In the end, this wasn't just about making a film. This was about Blake Lively transforming her career into something bigger than an actress. She wanted to become a respected producer, just like Ryan. She wanted to negotiate higher salaries, back-end deals, and control over entire franchises. It Ends With Us was the perfect stepping stone. Blake's ultimate goal? To secure the rights to all of Colleen Hoover's books and build a production empire around them. She had the connections, the power, and the strategy. With Ryan by her side, Blake wasn't just an actress anymore. She was taking over the entire book-to-film industry,